The sinister laugh, evil laughter, maniacal laughter, or manic laughter, all things we associate with Halloween. Only throated by a villain, the wicked laugh can be found dating back to at least 1784. Another variant, the sardonic laugh, shows up in 1714 and might date back even further. A 2018 paper argued that this specific type of laugh has foundations in human psychology, but we'll save that for another day. In comic books, where the supervillains utter such laughs, they have variations. There's the and the and the During the 1930s, the popular radio program The Shadow used a signature evil laugh as part of its presentation. The evil laugh, voiced by Vincent Price, has been used or copied many times on radio, film, music, and television, and most notably at the end of the music video that Michael Jackson produced, Thriller. Well, you all know it by now. It is October 31st. It is Halloween. And with costumes and howling wolves and thunderstorms and the sinister laugh comes with the polarizing tradition of trick-or-treating, and where little children don costumes and ring doorbells to demand treats. This has been a tradition in the United States and other countries for more than a century. Its origins remain murky, but traces can be identified in ancient Celtic festivals, early Roman Catholic holidays, medieval practices, and even British politics. Halloween has its roots in an ancient pre-Christian Celtic festival, which was celebrated on the night of October 31st. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, believed that the dead returned to earth on this day. And on the sacred night, people gathered to light bonfires, or bone fires. They offered sacrifices and paid homage to the dead. During some Celtic celebrations, villagers disguised themselves in costumes made of animal skins to drive away phantom visitors. Banquet tables were prepared and food was left out to placate unwelcome spirits. In later centuries, people began dressing as ghosts and demons and other malevolent creatures, performing antics in exchange for food and drink. This custom, known as mumming, dates back to the Middle Ages and is thought to be an antecedent of trick-or-treating. By the 9th century, Christianity had spread into Celtic lands, where it gradually blended with and supplanted older pagan rites. In 1000 AD, the church designated November 2nd as All Souls' Day, a time for honoring the dead. Celebrations in England resembled some Celtic commemorations, complete with bonfires and masquerades. Poor people would visit the houses of wealthier families and receive pastries called soul cakes in exchange for a promise to pray for the souls of the homeowner's dead relatives. Known as souling, the practice was later taken up by children who would go door to door asking for gifts such as food, money, and ale. Wow, what a custom, having children go out and beg for ale. Well, in Scotland and Ireland, young people took part in a tradition called guising. I assume that is an abbreviation for disguising. But guising, dressing up in costume and accepting offerings from various households. Rather than pledging to pray for the dead, they would sing a song, recite a poem, tell a joke, or perform another sort of trick, if you will, before collecting their treat, which typically consisted of fruits, nuts, or coins. Modern-day trick-or-treating also has elements akin to annual celebrations of Guy Fawkes Night, also known as Bonfire Night, on this night, which commemorates the foiling of the gunpowder plot in 1605, British children wore masks and carried effigies while begging for pennies. On November 5th, 1606, Fawkes was executed for his role in the Catholic-led conspiracy to blow up England's Parliament and remove King James I, a Protestant, from power. In the early 20th century, Irish and Scottish communities revived the old world traditions of souling and guising in the United States. By the 1920s, however, pranks had become the Halloween activity of choice for rowdy young people. The Great Depression exacerbated the problem, with Halloween mischief often devolving into vandalism, physical assaults, and sporadic acts of violence. One theory suggests that the excessive pranks on Halloween led to the widespread adoption of an organized, community-based trick-or-treating tradition in the 1930s. This trend was, of course, abruptly curtailed, however, with the outbreak of World War II, when sugar rationing meant that there were few treats in hand to give out. At the height of the post-war baby boom, trick-or-treating reclaimed its place among other Halloween customs. It quickly became standard practice for millions of children in the American cities and newly built suburbs, and not just America, but in other parts of the world. And they were no longer constrained by sugar rationing. Candy companies capitalized on this lucrative ritual, launching national advertising campaigns specifically aimed at Halloween. So today, Americans spend an estimated $2.6 billion on candy on Halloween, according to the National Retail Federation. And the day itself has become the nation's second largest commercial holiday. So your man...
Ishi Hakase.
Yes, I once enjoyed trick-or-treating. I never really understood what the expression was all about. I think I might have even said tricks or treating. But we went out. We went out with our pillowcases in hand. We went door to door for loot. Me and my friends each year were reminded by our moms, watch out for razor blades and needles lodged inside unwrapped candy bars or apples. And once we got home, we had to go through the candy inspection and rationing. Ultimately, my parents looking for the marijuana-infused candy bar or brownie treat. And I think my dad was actually skimming my Baby Ruth and Butterfinger candy bars for himself. But we also had to watch out when we were trick-or-treating for bag snatchers. These were the older teenagers who would lurk in the alley and they would bum rush you, push you to the ground, and steal your candy. But in spite of all this, the very best part about trick-or-treating was not who had the best costume or what street had the scariest decorations or even the sort of mild level of independence you had because you were out at night without the supervision of your parents. It was finding the house that gave away the full-size candy bars. Thank you. You are the bomb. You are absolutely doing the right thing. You have endeared yourself to the entire neighborhood for a full year. But some households, they think they're doing the right thing, and I'll assume that they're very well intended. But these gestures, these things do not resonate with kids. They should not be a part of the Halloween tradition. So I offer this to you as a public service to those of you who are considering handing out toothbrushes, floss, apples, raisins, loose change, coupons, lottery tickets, animal crackers, pretzels, fruit snacks, unwrapped candy, breath mints, lozenges, black licorice, crackers, granola bars, or pencils. Don't do it. And if you dare to hand out to children circus marshmallow peanuts or wax candy, you need to reevaluate your life. This gesture is an invitation for a group of kids to go target practice with eggs on your front door. Now, kids, if you get any of these things, don't leave it on the ground. Don't throw it back at the house. Just take a moment and be grateful and forgive. They know not what they do. And look on the brighter side. As these people have reported receiving in their Halloween bags or jack-o'-lanterns things such as potato salad in a plastic bag, a kitten that they ultimately kept and named Levi, a wig, a baby turtle that came with a can of orange soda, pamphlets about why Halloween was a celebration of Satan, a block of wood, a crossword puzzle, a deflated balloon that said "Over the Hill," a packet of McDonald's croutons, a pack of cigarettes. They said it was for the person's dad. An Xbox 360, and it still worked. A walnut with Happy Halloween written on the shell. Avon gift soaps shaped like animals. Live goldfish. A hair dryer. Bouillon cubes. Yes, the stuff that you used to make broth, and unfortunately the child didn't realize they were bouillon cubes until they unwrapped it and popped it in their mouth. Coins from all over the world. These are not good Halloween treats nor souvenirs. Hotel toiletries. Mary Kay samples. One person reported a woman in their neighborhood gave out small potted plants, of which this person kept and named their plant Jared. A single crayon. A packet of hot dogs. A Jehovah's Witness pamphlet. Chicken wings. An onion. A rock. And a tooth. So which one of these is your favorite? What did you get in your bag that you didn't expect? And we can add to this list. And hey, look at this house behind me in Ohio. These people, they go all out every Halloween. I have no idea where they put all of this stuff during the rest of the year, but they're really, really into it. So with that, hey, go out there and have fun on Halloween. Because remember, Christmas starts tomorrow.